Each year, the heart of Africa begins to beat again. Triggered by rain, driven by hunger, 1 million wildebeests are on the move. For some, it's the start of life. For others, a final chance to feed, to breed, or to escape. Across 3,000 kilometers, predators and prey are pushed to their limits. The herds move in rhythm, but no one follows the same path. Lions, cheetahs, hyenas, vultures, calves and cubs, all are tested. Not all will endure. This is not just one animal's journey. This is the story of those who survived one of the greatest migrations on Earth. December in northern Tanzania. The rains return, and a pulse of life spreads across the savanna. Valleys flood, grasses grow, and the land breathes again. First to arrive are the grazers. Zebra. Over 250,000 of them. But the main act is still to come. An army of wildebeest, nearly 2 million strong. An unstoppable tide of hooves and hunger, carving their ancient path across the plains. This is one of the largest land migrations on Earth. Built on instinct, shaped by rain, followed for more than 1 million years. Wildebeest may not be graceful animals, but they are built to endure. Their toughness is forged by the trials of the migration and tested by those who wait along the way. An adult wildebeest can fight back. 250 kilograms of hooves, horns, and muscle. But the real opportunities lie just ahead. With fresh grass to fuel them, the herds begin to give birth. In perfect synchrony, thousands of calves are born within weeks. More mouths than any predator can possibly feed on. But for each calf, the clock is ticking. They must stand, walk, and run within an hour of birth. And their only source of strength is their mother's rich milk. In a land ruled by hunger, survival begins the moment you're born. The wet season brings more than grass. It brings new life to predators, too. A cheetah mother has given birth to 6 cubs, an unusually large and demanding litter. They arrived blind and helpless, far more vulnerable than a wildebeest calf. It takes them 2 weeks just to learn to walk. Learning to hunt will take over a year. But time is a luxury they may not have. In their first 3 months, half of them will likely be lost to lions, eagles, and hyenas. For these young predators, survival is just as uncertain. Hyena mothers move their newborns every few days to keep them safe. Like cheetah cubs, they're vulnerable to lions. But hyenas are far from helpless. Often misunderstood as scavengers, spotted hyenas are among Africa's most successful hunters. They're intelligent, adaptable, and strong enough to take down a full-grown wildebeest. As the migration gathers force, hyenas must raise their young in a world where they're both predator and prey. Across the plains, thousands of wildebeests are giving birth. This calf is entering a world already in motion. After more than 8 months in the womb, she has just minutes to find her feet. With nowhere to hide, her only chance of survival is to keep moving. Hyenas are already circling, watching for the weak, the slow and separated. Her mother's milk will give her strength, if she can stay close enough to drink it. Fall behind, and she won't survive the hour. Her first test of survival begins moments after birth. The herd provides cover, but in fleeing one threat, they run straight into another. Hidden in the grass, a lioness waits. Another day, and this calf might have kept up. But today, she's alone. Her mother can't help her. The hyenas are held back. The lioness does nothing. Big cats are known to toy with prey, but this is something else. The newborn doesn't yet know fear. She moves towards warmth and finds it in a lioness. Why the lioness accepts her, no one can say. Maybe she's lost a cub of her own. Whatever the reason, she accepts the calf. For 8 hours, the bond holds. predator and prey, together. Until finally, a distraction breaks the spell. And the lioness walks away. The calf is alone again. But her mother is out there, somewhere. For a newborn, the greatest danger isn't predators. It's being alone. Cold, hungry, and motherless, her chances are fading fast. But somehow, she survives the night. Now comes an even greater challenge. Find her mother in a sea of strangers. She listens for the call that welcomed her into this world, but hears nothing. Each cow only has milk for one. And she's desperate enough to try anywhere. She's just not welcomed here. She must find her mother. She stumbles into a jackal, more curious than cruel. For a moment, it's company, but not comfort. Time is running out. Then, a voice. The unmistakable call of her mother. After nearly a day apart, she finds her way home. It's a welcome reunion. One calf against every odd. Not just lucky, resilient. She truly is a survivor. All across the plains, the new generation revels in the joy of life. Joy today, jeopardy tomorrow. At 10 days old, the young calf is ready for her first taste of solid food. The Serengeti soil is too hard for trees, but ideal for grass, and for grazers built to feed on the move. Wildebeest graze almost constantly, clipping grass rather than pulling, encouraging new growth with every bite. Together, the herds consume over 4,500 tons of grass each day, and their waste helps fertilize the land, renewing the plains as they pass. But this cycle depends on movement. Each year, the wildebeest trek 3,000 kilometers around the Serengeti, searching for fresh pasture and reliable water. A rhythm as old as memory, but it is unforgiving. The young calf and her mother can't go more than 2 days without water. And they're not the only ones being tested. Who says cats don't like water? At 5 weeks old, the cheetah cubs are growing fast. Soon, their mother will lead them to their first kill and their first taste of meat. For these young predators, survival depends on every lesson learned. Water at last. But the migration is far from over, and every step carries risk. The route is a gauntlet. Those who fall behind, the old, injured, and lost, are rarely seen again. Lions are selective feeders. They often abandon nearly half of a kill. Hyenas leave nothing. With a bite stronger than a brown bear's, a spotted hyena can crush bone, horn, even hooves. An adult can devour a third of their body weight in one sitting. And they don't back down. Even a lioness may lose her meal to a determined pack. In this migration, there are no guarantees, not even for the hunters. One day, the cheetah cubs will learn to hunt animals, like this young wildebeest. But first, they need a teacher. Their mother has chosen her target. The cheetah is the fastest land animal, capable of reaching over 100 kilometers an hour. But she's built for short bursts, not long pursuits. After just 300 meters, the chase is over. She uses cover to close the distance, then strikes. But this time, she's too late. The calf is surrounded by adults, and a full-grown wildebeest is too dangerous to risk. Cheetah mothers avoid injury at all costs. One misstep could be fatal. She'll need easier prey. With 6 mouths to feed, she can't afford to wait long. She may try again tomorrow, or even later today. But making a kill is only half the battle. Out here, privacy is a luxury no predator can count on. Others are always watching, ready to take what they didn't earn. Some big cats have learned to feed in private. A way to keep their hard-won meals from being stolen. The leopard is a master of stealth and strength. It can haul nearly 70 kilos, its own body weight, high into the trees. And it's powerful enough to bring down prey even larger. a perfect ambush predator. It often creeps within just meters before striking. Death from the shadows. In a landscape crowded with rivals, solitude can be a survival strategy too. But for others, survival depends on the strength of the group. Spotted hyenas are the most numerous carnivores in the Serengeti. They live in large, complex clans, up to 90 individuals, where cooperation is key to survival. When they make a kill, they often share it within the group. Their acidic stomachs can digest what few others can: bone, hooves, even rotting flesh. Though they'll scavenge when the chance arises, the spotted hyena is also a skilled hunter. But even the weakest zebra can outrun them. Not all that feed on wildebeest are predators. After the carnivores have taken their share, the decomposers arrive. Horn moths lay their eggs in the remains. The skull becomes both nursery and larder, part nest, part pantry. The caterpillars feed from within, slowly hollowing it out. Weeks later, they emerge as moths. And with them, the last traces of the wildebeests are gone. In this ecosystem, nothing goes to waste. For the hyena clan, the easy days are over. The wildebeest have moved on and taken the feast with them. Only the fittest and fastest stay behind. Now, survival depends on stamina and what's left in their reserves. The dry season tests those who stay behind. The cheetah cubs are now juveniles, quick and curious, but still learning. With the wildebeest calves gone, their mother turns back to more familiar prey: antelope. The cubs are fast enough to catch small game, but speed alone isn't enough. They've yet to master the final step: the kill. One carnivore knows exactly where the herd is heading and what's waiting for them: trouble. The Grumeti River runs low in the dry season, but it still has the power to sweep away a full-grown wildebeest. However, the current isn't the only threat. Beneath the surface lie giants. Nile crocodiles, some over 6 meters long. They can weigh more than a wildebeest. They eat anything and fear nothing. The herds must cross to reach the rich grazing pastures on the far side. But first they must drink. Without water, they might not survive the next leg of their journey. Everyone is thirsty, but cautious. The danger is obvious, but their urge to cross is irresistible. Older animals know the risks. For some young calves, it's their first time. Those who make it past the current and the crocs still face another danger. Predators drawn to the panic. The wildebeest mother goes first. Then instinct takes over, and her calf follows. Wave after wave of thrashing bodies, the herds fight the current and each other. The young calf and her mother are swept downstream. They're exhausted but refuse to give up, knowing what awaits. The croc's jaws versus the will to survive. A narrow escape. The wildebeest crossing is over. But the Great Migration continues. Lean times have arrived. With the wildebeest gone, predators must choose between two kinds of prey, the speedy or the dangerous. She's both. Lions tend to avoid adult giraffes. One well-placed kick can be fatal. But calves are easier targets. This mother knows the risks, and she has a strategy. She lures the lioness away, while her calf lies motionless in the grass. A deadly game of hide and seek. Life or death. For giraffe calves, the odds are daunting. Over half won't see their first birthday. Out on the plains, a different kind of survivor is taking shape. The cheetah cubs are now 9 months old. 5 of the original 6 have made it this far. A rare success. Soon, they'll be hunting young wildebeests. But for now, they're still refining the skills they'll need to survive. Even here, it's not just animals that adapt. Humans, too, have learned how to survive in the Serengeti. The Maasai have lived here for centuries. They know drought. And they know how to ask the land for help. Today, they offer a sacrifice, a ritual to call the rains. Their ceremony takes place beneath El Doño Lengai, the mountain of God. Since the wildebeest last passed through, the volcano has stirred. Lengai is unlike any other. Its lava erupts at such low temperatures, it looks black, fading to gray as it weathers. The Maasai are semi-nomadic. Like the wildebeest, they follow the rhythm of the land. They live off it, move with it, and leave their dead to the scavengers. As the ceremony ends, all they can do is wait. The rest is up to the mountain. The prayers of the Maasai are answered. In November, the rains return. drowning the dust and breaking the long, dry season. Misery gives way to renewal. After the deluge comes abundance. The wildebeests are back. Perhaps they can smell the rain, or perhaps they simply follow the thunder, a signal that the grass has returned. Over the past year, the cheetah cubs have grown into agile young hunters. All but one remain unscathed. The youngest bears the cost of a harsh, dry season and a narrow escape from a starving lion. In the Serengeti, an injury can be a death sentence. A cheetah that can't run can't survive. But for now, his brothers remain by his side, sharing food and offering protection. What was once a playful litter is now a lethal coalition. They can hunt, and they work together. For any young wildebeest, they are no longer harmless. And with the return of the rains, predator numbers will soon rise. The rains have returned, and with them new life. The plains are green once more. The migration has come full circle. Among the hundreds of thousands, one stands apart. A calf no longer, but still a survivor. Her mother has returned too, but she has moved on, ready to mate again. For the first time, the young wildebeest is truly alone and about to face one of her greatest challenges: the cheetah brothers. Three against one. But she's no longer an easy target. She's fast. She's strong. And she knows how to survive. In the Serengeti, survival doesn't belong to one animal or one moment. It belongs to all who endure. This is their story. The story of those who keep moving. The story of the survivors.